Hello, my name is Sarah Willoughby. I'm the author of the book He is Making Diamonds, A Teen's Thoughts on Faith Through Chronic Illness, and the host of the Diamonds Conference, which is an online conference for chronically ill Christians. This channel is all about how to write when you have a chronic illness, because illness is hard, health challenges of all kinds are hard, writing is hard. Combine the two and it can seem impossible, but I'm proof that it's not. So today I want to talk about how to commit to writing deadlines and goals when you are chronically ill, when you have health challenges, because it can be really hard to as you step into the writing world and you want to start a blog, or you want to start making consistent weekly progress, or you want to hit a word count, or participate in NaNoWriMo, which I'm not sure I recommend for any chronically ill person, but for some people it works great. There are deadlines, there are things, and that can be really hard to reach, really hard to commit to when life is unpredictable, when health is so unpredictable, when you never know when you're going to flare, when your health is going to crash, or when you're going to need to spend all week at the doctor and you don't have time or energy or spoons to reach those goals. I really struggled with this when I started writing devotionals for thelife.com. I was in the middle of a flare when a friend posted on social media. She's like, this website's looking, I'm a writer, they're looking for new writers. And I messaged her, like, well, when do you have to start? When would it be necessary? And so I procrastinated a bit, and because I didn't know if I could commit to it. I kept hoping my health was going to change. And so I applied, and I sent my sample writing in, and she liked it, and she's like, okay, can you write one for next month? I'm like, I thought that I had more time, and I didn't. But at that point, I had to just pray about it and then take a leap. Go, okay, I don't know if I can do this or not. We're gonna find out. And I don't know that that's the best way to do it, but sometimes the first thing about committing to deadlines, committing to goals, is just doing it, even though it might not seem possible. Don't give yourself the option. However, I do recommend, when you commit to these goals, to give yourself grace, to give yourself a grace period. Specifically, start working on things way before you need to. Give yourself a lot of time so that when health stuff does happen, because it's inevitably going to happen, you're going to be able to have plenty of time without stressing over it. I'm the kind of person who likes to wait until the deadline and be like, okay, it's due in a few days, let's get this done. But that doesn't work when you have health challenges or have a chronic illness. In addition to that, when it comes to committing to deadlines or making goals, is to communicate with the person that you're committing to do these things with. Whether it's your accountability partner, tell them from the beginning, okay, so this is my goal. This is what I'm committing to. This is also what life is right now. So can you help me stay accountable while also having grace for me? Or if, in my example, I had an editor and there was a deadline every single month, and she expected us to have things submitted every single month by that deadline, and there were times when it was really hard. So communication was so key. Communicating to her my limitations, communicating to her my situation, and she was able to say, okay, I see this. I know that this is how, part of life for you right now. Let's figure out how to make it work, because I still value your voice and your writing. And as well as being able to communicate ahead of time. Sometimes life happens, emergencies happen, and it's all of a sudden and you can't get to it. But a lot of times there can be lead up, and if you communicate in time, that gives the other person the ability to adjust, or to adjust their expectations, adjust what they're gonna do. And so that's really important. So just take the leap of faith. Communicate, and give yourself time, give yourself a grace period. It's really hard to commit to writing deadlines when illness is part of life, but it's not impossible, and we just have to do it with grace for ourselves, with wisdom, and life, and with flexibility as life changes. So I hope that those help. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what deadlines you have coming up, or how you balance this illness and deadline and commitment juggling act. I'd love to hear. See you guys soon.